Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Bree V, back again with a not so conspiracy. And in this video, I'm gonna give my thoughts about this whole entire situation with Kyrie Irving. I've been talking a little bit about it in the community tab, which, by the way, I finally can post in the community tab. I know I've been posting a little bit more in there, putting my 2 cents in on a lot of things that been catching my attention when it comes to these puppets. But yeah, your girl can finally post in the community tab. So shout out to that, and thank you guys for making it happen. So Kyrie Irving, this whole situation. In this video, I will be talking about my thoughts about this whole situation because it's still ongoing. Now they want to backpedal, but it's still ongoing. And also, I will be taking the opportunity to finally go in on y'all false god LeBron. I've been looking for the opportunity to do so in these videos, and now I finally have an excuse. So I'm going to use Kyrie to do it. I've been wanting to go in on him for a while, so I'll be going in on LeBron too. Lil Boule. But before I start the video, I do want to say a few things. So I won't be talking about Takeoff or Aaron Carter at all. I know how people get when it comes to celebrity deaths, and then with Takeoff, that one is hitting a lot of people hard. They harvesting y'all energy, of course. So, people get a little sensitive when you talk about these celebrity deaths. They do. Do I think that both of them were sacrifices? Yes, I do. But I won't be talking too much about that. I don't want to be disrespectful when I posted in the community tab. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful when I said what I said about celebrity deaths. They just don't really do anything to me because I really don't know these people. I mean, yes, it's a bummer, and I feel for their families. I really do feel for the families, though, the most. So I know it's hard for both of their families, so rest in peace to Takeoff and rest in peace to Aaron Carter. But, when it comes to celebrity deaths, half of them are, unfortunately, when these people sign their souls over to those small heads in charge, their life is no longer theirs, meaning some of them may have an expiration date. Some of them may choose to have that expiration date. A lot of people don't get that. But hey, it is what it is. But I won't be talking too much about it on this channel. Shout out to Call Me Kinfolk. Look, if you want to know more about the whole situation with Takeoff and Aaron Carter, I suggest go to his channel to check that out. Because it definitely was murder by numbers. But I'm not going to debate and talk too much about it. I don't have time to be going back and forth with trolls in the comments and all that. So go check out Call Me Kinfolk's video in his channel if you want to know more about both of them. Now, I was a fan of both of theirs at a certain point in time in my life. I was a fan of Migos as a whole. I really didn't have a favorite Migo. I just liked the music. I first heard about them in 2013. 13, not 10, like LeBron. I first heard about them when Drake hopped on that Versace remix. Versace. Oh, they already told you. Medusa hit on me like I'm Illuminati. Look at them. They was telling you they pledged their allegiance over then. They was telling you then. But I remember No Labels 2 being the soundtrack to my 2014 summer 2014. Fight Night. I don't want to be a freak no more. I don't want to be a freak. I don't want to be a freak no more. She don't want to be a freak no more. She don't want to be freaky. And Fight Night. I do remember, of course, we all know they blew up and took that next steps into Freemasonry. And Bad and Bougie went #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 2017, early 2017 at that. But within the last few years, they did kind of like, the hype on them did die down a bit. Prior to Takeoff's passing, Offset was the more popular Migo, and that's probably due to his marriage to Cardi B. You know, that that whole entire reality show, puppet show they got going on over there brings his popularity up. So yeah, and then with Aaron Carter, I was a fan as a kid. I remember when I first heard about him, saw his Aaron's Party music video, I was 7 years old. And then I remember they used to play How I Beat Shaq doing commercials on Disney Channel, and they used to always play his videos on Nickelodeon too as a kid a lot. And I remember I got that Twister Moves CD and that whole entire game with that song he did with Nick. I do think that this was Nick's sacrifice. I truly do. Within the last few years, Aaron Carter was going through it though. He was telling a lot about the industry. So, and then he died in a bathtub too. Yeah. But rest in peace to Takeoff and Aaron Carter. I'm sorry the industry did you guys in. It's a sad situation. Is this what you guys want? That want to be famous, that want to make it in the music industry? Just look at these people. That's all I have to say. But rest in peace to Takeoff and Aaron Carter. I really do mean that. Because their families, I really do feel for their families. But I'm running over a bit. This video is not about Takeoff and Aaron Carter. This is about Kyrie Irving. So I don't mean to get too off topic. As you guys may know by now, within the last week or two, there has been a whole, it's been a shitstorm whipping through the entertainment and sports industry, the pro sports industry at that. And honestly, it needed to happen. I'm here for the collapse of pro sports. I really am. And this is coming from someone that loves sports. But I'm here for the collapse. Let minor leagues rise. I'm just saying. So Kyrie has really brought some people together, especially within the black community. And also he has been indirectly exposing the NBA. And some of y'all faves. So he did share that documentary on Amazon, which, by the way, why y'all not giving Jeff Bezos that smoke? Hebrews to Negroes. I'm going to check that documentary out. They talk about some of this anti-Semitic. Please, they don't want us to know our history, which I kind of been... I kind of knew the origins about us as melanated people. But Kyrie Irving shared a link, and they claim it's hate speech. Or is it because you guys don't want us to know our heritage? We're waking up now. You can't have the black community waking up. No, they can't. So they pretty much modern day buck broke him, or at least trying. Giving him a laundry list of demands he needs to do after they suspended him from the Brooklyn Nets. I feel like they're trying to punish him for his stance on the Mayweather-Tyson jab, which ironically, Mayweather stands with him. And he was reading really well. I see them tutors in Floyd Mayweather's. Mayweather really invested in some tutors. That's what's up. He was reading really well. Shout out to that. And he was clear as day. Shout out to that. Okay, Floyd, I see you got them tutors over there. But he supports Kyrie and his movement. Shout out to Floyd Mayweather's tutors. No, seriously, shout out to all the educators out there, because, well, I'm going to talk about that more when I rant about your false god. Without getting his ass. But anyway, so now they're trying to well, I'll talk more about that. I'm just going to give a little quick timeline. So they really sicked all of the black tap dancers within the history of the NBA and all the sportscasters to kind of whip Kyrie back in place, or at least attempt to whip him back in place. Of course, we're going to have Stephen A. Bitch. Of course, we had... I noticed they always will Kareem Abdul-Jabbar up out of the military underground, the underground military base. Whenever they need him to speak on an NBA issue, I remember when Kobe Bryant passed away, they dressed him up like a mascot and then wheeled him up out of the tunnel to give his condolences. They wheeled him out again last year for the demonized Kyrie for the jab. And they did it once again with this whole situation. And people are shocked because they was like, but you stood at that summit with Jim Brown. And nobody at that summit were real leaders. Not one of them stood with MLK or Malcolm X back then. So y'all always be throwing that little polished up summit as a thing to say he stood with equality. No, he's a brought and paid for puppet. He's an old school sellout. And then y'all mad with Shaq? I know y'all not mad with Shaq. I know y'all not mad with Shaq. I mean, come on now. Didn't he flash his ring, his Freemason ring on national TV? I know y'all not mad with Shaq. I know y'all are not mad with Shaq. I don't expect nothing more, nothing less from him. I just don't. He is controlled. They got so much dirt on him, I'm sure. So many videos, I'm sure of that too. Come on now. Come on, y'all really mad at Shaq. I wasn't mad with none of these puppets, but y'all was really mad with Shaq. And then I noticed that Barkley plays both sides. Charles Barkley always plays both sides of the fence when it comes to issues. But he's just like the rest of them. Duh. I ain't gonna lie though, he do have some nice shoes though. I had a pair of Barkleys. That's the only nice thing I can say about Charles Barkley, but of course he sold out. Of course he is. He got nice shoes though, but of course he's sold out. And then with Shannon, I'm gonna be honest about Shannon. I used to be a fan of Shannon Sharpe. I did. Especially when he played for the Ravens. I used to be a fan of Shannon Sharpe, but within the last few years, I mean, I'm no fan of any of these celebrities. They all sold out, but I have been giving him the side eye, and I have no respect for him at all anymore. I just don't. Yeah, Skip. Ain't that right, Skip? Kyrie did hurt a lot of people. Suck my dick, Skip. And now he's trying to walk back because he's feeling the heat. Snow Bunny Sharpe. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. I have no issues with interracial dating at all. I've dated outside my race before, and if I'm gonna be completely honest here, that's something that I don't mind continuing to do. Love is love. Now, my main preference is black women, but love is love. If I fall in love with a Latino, with a Hispanic woman, if I fall in love with a Indian woman, or whatever the case may be, or a snow bunny, a white woman, it is what it is. I have no issues with interracial dating. I really don't. But I thought it was funny when Umar, Dr. Umar called him that, even though I don't really agree half the time with Umar at all, with Dr. Umar. Where's that school, bruh? Where the hell is that school? But yeah, when it comes to love, black, white, Hispanic, Indian, I don't care. Asian, I don't care. I have no issues with that. But I thought it was funny. And then, of course, your false god's mask finally fell the fuck off, and I'm so happy about that. Oh my God, Captain Social Justice, King of Performative Activism, King of the Boule, it's on his chest. Lil woke, lil bitch, lil China, lil Boule, LeBron. A lot of y'all was so hurt about this. A lot of y'all was so hurt about LeBron. And I'm just sitting up here like... Oh my God, man. Y'all were really, really, really hurt that he is a tap dancing sellout. I been knew that. I've been trying to tell y'all. But no. King James can't do no wrong in the eyes of the peasants. He started up a school, for crying out loud. Children can go to college for free, they say. And I'm sick and tired of y'all using that damn school of how he's for the community and for the people. The people of Akron are paying higher taxes because of that damn school. If he was a real one, what he could have done was invest into homeschool communities. You know, the same tutors that Floyd has. A lot of teachers are leaving the school system because it's collapsing. And homeschool communities, well, homeschool in general is rising up. So if he was a real one, he could have done that. And then give them kids free tuition. But no. He got to present to you guys the Masonic structure to you, which is our Masonic structure education system. But yeah. He can do no wrong because he started a school, but it's a win-lose situation. Yeah, the kids get education, even if it's from the Freemasonic school structure. The parents don't really get to pick the curriculum like they can with homeschool. But the community is losing because, well, they have an 8% increase in taxes, according to an article I read last year. So how is he really giving back to the community? Some of y'all that say, oh, he can't jeopardize the bag, shut the hell up. Y'all just live vicariously through that man. Seriously, they the only people that's defending him. His stands that live so vicariously through him, because their lives ain't shit. Well, at least that's how they feel. They feel like their lives is not worth the thing, so that's why they live vicariously through that King James. Some of them had hoop dreams that faded, that live vicariously through him. And that's okay. Well, actually, no, it's not. It's not okay. It's not. It's not okay for y'all to live vicariously through anybody. At all. That's not okay at all. Dust your shoulders off and heal. Stop living vicariously through these puppets. Dust them shoulders off and heal. That's the best thing I can say there. But y'all really I expect nothing more, nothing less from him. And he said this, that he don't condone any hate against any race or group of people, which is a damn lie, because on that show The Shop that people barely watch, only time it was mentioned and had some high ratings was when you had Drake up on there, which, sidebar, I find it mighty funny how both of these secret lovers are catching heat for a lot for just they're getting exposed this week. But anyway, back to what I was saying. It's mighty funny how you said that on that show, how you don't trust white people, you don't like them, it's just you and your boys, but yet you claim you're not for hate, but yet that sounds like a little bit of hate to me, bruh. And also, not to mention, you so pro-black and you don't trust white people and you don't like being around them, but yet all your alleged side chicks have been whites. And you cheating on your beautiful black wife allegedly with non-POC women that you claim that you don't trust being around, that you don't like, and that you hate? Okay, King hypocritical. Okay, King poser. Okay, King sellout. Okay, King Boule. And then you go on to say that Kyrie hurt a lot of people with what he posts. But yet, you have hurt a lot of people with all your divisive, fake woke, performative activism within the last few years, telling the police officer you're next. You scaring that young black boy that sadly looks up to you into not want to be a police officer so he can protect his community. So, pot calling the kettle black. Kyrie didn't hurt nobody. But you definitely did within the last few years with all your performative activism. You have hurt a lot of people. You ain't hurt me, because I see through your phony bullshit. But you have hurt a lot of people, bruh. You really have. So how dare you? The hypocrisy in it all. You don't trust white people, but yet all your alleged side chicks are white. Kyrie hurt a lot of people, but yet you hurt a lot of people and you scared the young black boy that looks up to you into wanting to protect his community when he grows up. Because you said black men are being hunted down. I mean, they are, but sadly, we are hunting each other down. Sadly. With the same gang culture that you always promote when you be listening to your music and you be hyping these artists up, and you always the first to say rest in peace to somebody when they pass away, which, you know, that's how I know it's a sacrifice. When LeBron says rest in peace, It's a sacrifice. It is. I peeped. So yeah. How dare you? The hypocrisy in it all. But I don't expect nothing more, nothing less from your poser ass. I really don't. I'm going to be honest here. I'm going to be honest. I've really been iffy about him the whole entire time. Since we've been introduced to this puppet. I always admired him for his skills on the court. But it was just something always off about him to me. And every single time he does something, I'd be like, haha, I knew it. My intuition told me not to trust your ass. I mean, Cappy Poindexter, I believe her, bro. I really do believe Cappy Poindexter. Y'all say she crazy and bitter, but I believe her. Sadly, they put her back under MK Ultra. I believe her about LeBron. I do. So, yeah, a lot of y'all dreams of y'all false god was shattered this week. And it was funny to watch. But, yeah, the audacity of him. King Boule. But back to Kyrie, though. I mean, well, kind of ties into that, too, as well. I know Nike took away his sponsorship, and LeBron is kissing ass to keep his sponsorship with Nike. People barely wear your shoes, bruh. I see people wear Jordan shoes, too, but people barely wear your shoes. So, I don't know why you holding on to that contract. And I don't understand why these pro athletes kiss ass to Nike and Adidas and Under Armour for a deal. Why don't any of them do what Patrick Ewing did? He was successful with his footwear brand. It's independent. He didn't need Nike or Adidas to make it successful. I mean, yeah, it's not as popular as Jordan's brand is, but hey, at least he did it on his own. What type of blackmail they have on y'all where y'all have to sign with Nike and Adidas? That's what I want to know. Why can't y'all start your own thing without the system? That's what I want to know. But yeah, LaBoule and even Robo Steph too, because I did post that photo. You know, that drawing of the neutered basketball association. I did post that drawing. And I don't want to hear LaBoule and Robo Steph and the rest of them ever speak out. All the coaches, all the ex-players, I don't want to hear any of them speak on social justice issues or political issues or anything of that matter anymore after what just happened with Kyrie. And now they all starting to backtrack because they see we the people are coming together. But I'm going to be honest here. I don't fully like trust Kyrie with this. I still feel like he's a puppet following his script. But I just love how he's indirectly exposing the NBA. Because out of all the sports leagues, the NFL does it too. A little bit, but not too much. MLB does it, but not too much. NHL does it, but not too much. But nobody out of all these sports leagues pushes agendas more than the NBA. I mean, look at all the past agendas they have pushed. I mean, what's going on with Dwayne Wade and his kids? And then I know the ex-wife now is speaking out about it and suing him. Good job. And nobody pushes agendas more than the NBA. They've been pushing the whole social justice, fake social justice, but won't talk about China. They've been pushing the whole gender bending agenda. They've been doing that since Dennis Rodman. But nobody push agendas more than the NBA. And that's because they know the high percentage of melanated people that watch it. They do. That's why they push the agendas more through the NBA. And then they know that. That's why they want to backtrack it, because they know without us, you know, I haven't watched the NBA game in 2 years, so I'm not boycotting nothing. I've been stopped watching the NBA, so I don't need to boycott shit. But if more of y'all turned off y'all TVs, they know they would not have an audience. But like I said before, instead of boycotting one organization, instead of boycotting one movie, which, by the way, when I was talking about boycotting the Woman King, I was talking about the entertainment industry as a whole. I was questioning the boycott. I had a lot of trolls ask me why. But yeah, y'all talk about boycotting one organization, one movie, one show. Y'all need to boycott the whole entertainment industry as a whole with all the agendas they push. So I don't understand why y'all be picking and choosing what to boycott, which artists to boycott. Boycott them all, because they all one and the same, really. Y'all do need to turn off y'all TVs a lot more. I mean, yeah, every now and then I do watch some shows or binge watch old shows, but I'm not sitting in front of the TV every damn day. And I can't remember the last time I sat in front of the TV. I really can't. But until I know it's real from Kyrie, expose them rigged NBA games. You and Kwame Brown both need to expose them rigged NBA games, but they threatened to kill y'all, didn't they? I'm sure they did. Which, I understand you may want to protect your family and all that, because you probably didn't know what you signed up for in the beginning. Because I'm sure they don't really tell you the whole entire thing when they make you sign them contracts, do they? So I understand why they don't really talk about the rigged NBA games, because they got to protect their families with that. But we'll see how the rest of this plays out. Well, I really don't care too much. This is just a show, but I did want to speak on it. Of course, your favorite false idols within the NBA weren't going to speak on it. They love their Instagram models. They love that whole luxury. They love the fame. They love the admiration they get from y'all. Too damn much to stand for something. And they only stand for something when the handlers tell them, okay, you can speak on this. Like, for instance, you know, when Orange Man was in office, the reason why the NBA, you know, was speaking on that real heavy, and why y'all false god that I just slandered a bit. I should have went in more on him. It was safe for them to speak out on him, because the PTB don't want him back in office. But you notice they don't talk about creepy, sleepy nursing home Potato Pop Joe. You notice they don't talk about him, because their handlers told them not to. So of course they're not going to talk about what Kyrie is doing, because their handlers are the small heads. So they can't talk against the blah blah blah. They can't talk. I just got finished smoking, by the way. But they can't bite the hand that feed them. So of course they wasn't gonna stand with Kyrie. I don't expect nothing more, nothing less from them cowardly sellouts. And y'all shouldn't either. A lot of y'all have been getting disappointed. A lot of y'all faves not just within the NBA, but also just in Hollywood in general. A lot of that mask have been slipping off, especially the ones that I would never thought that y'all would finally see through. Been slipping off lately. The world is changing. The energy is changing. We're in the age of Aquarius. That's why all y'all false idols are falling. And y'all say we crazy, broken, bitter. Trust me, I don't want that lifestyle. They sound like they living on hell. I mean, living in hell. Probably worse than hell, really. I don't want that lifestyle at all. No. Half of them don't even know themselves. Half of them don't even know their purpose. Well, they think their purpose is fame, but it sounds like a very soul-crushing life to live. So I don't know why y'all want it. Oh, wait, because y'all want the luxury. The luxury. The luxury. That's all y'all see. Really. Y'all don't see the dead eyes. For real, seriously, when I be pointing out to people, like, look, Beyonce got dead eyes. Some people are actually starting to notice that her eyes are dead. So she's not a good example to use no more. Because people are actually starting to see that her eyes are dead. Even some of her fans are starting to see her eyes are dead. So she's not a good example to use. But it's certain celebrities that, well, actually a lot of them, people just see the luxury. The luxury. The luxury. And that's the problem. But yeah, I'm done with this video. And I wanted to go in more on y'all false gods so damn bad. And he's not Michael Jeffrey Jordan, so stop playing with that man. That man is still living. I mean, yeah, I don't have nothing to do with that, but LeBron would never be him. I mean, look at how he's sucking ass on the court, according to the sports commentators. He is declining, though. He is getting old. So, I mean, he'll be 40 in a couple years. So, this is natural, though, that his game and his skills may be declining on the court because he's getting old. But Jordan didn't play this bad in his last years. I'm just saying. Jordan didn't play this bad in his last years. LeBron is currently scoring under 25 points average this season. Last time he had that average was his rookie year. But he's scoring under 25 points as the whole overall average for the season. He's getting old, his game is declining, but also the black magic around him is also declining too. Oh, I'm telling y'all, if y'all get me to 1,000 subs, if I was to ever do a video about LeBron, I wouldn't do it on here. I would post that on Patreon, because it's so much. He shows so much symbolism, and I want to go deep about what Cappy Poindexter said. So, I gotta do that type of video on my Patreon. So get me to 1,000 subs. And I'll make that Patreon. And I'm going to do that video. Same thing with Robo Stuff. If I was to ever talk about Robo Stuff, it would be on Patreon too. Oh, I'm going to prove to y'all he a robot. I can't do it on here. Well, I probably can do it on Patreon. But I'm going to prove to y'all that he's a Mach 5 robot. But yeah, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.